Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about kitchen nightmares. Alright, so I don't normally talk about reality TV shows because they're pretty much all staged. Um, but I just there's two there's two reality TV shows that I want to talk about. The first one is Kitchen Nightmares, and then the second one is Wife Swap. But I'll talk about Wife Swap in a different video. Um, so like for this video, it, I just have to talk about this show. So Kitchen Nightmares is a show about Gordon Ramsay, who's a chef. He basically he goes around and he uh, finds restaurants that are in debt or depth debt sorry debt. It's early. I'm still waking up. But he goes around America and he finds these restaurants that are suffering and he tries to help them get back on track and get back on the map. And there's a lot of wacky things about this. First of all, there's a formula to it, all right? And what I like about Kitchen Nightmare is that each episode is sort of a little bit different, you know? Like let's just talk about the first thing first, okay? Like okay, so the pretty much the stuff that stays the same is like the food and the fact that like the chefs don't really have any control over their kitchen and Gordon does this kitchen investigation thing where he goes and finds like all this dirty shit, and like all this weird shit. It's a thing. So there's some reoccurring things that happen, but each episode is sort of different when it starts because like you think that okay, well, like everything's gonna be exactly the same, but it isn't. There's times where Gordon gets greeted by the people before he even gets to the restaurant. Like the people will go to his hotel and will greet him. And like that's not normal, like that doesn't happen on a daily basis. Um and then there's times like the rare occasions where he actually finds a restaurant with good food and he actually likes the food. But that's really rare and yeah, it's and then there's just like there's of course like there's a lot of things to unpack here and I kind of want to go through like a basic like a structure of how each episode kind of goes. So here's how it goes. So we see the starting where Arthur Smith narrates over it, and basically he it's the thing that gets you hyped. It's what all the reality TV shows do, and it's what the drama TV shows are starting to do nowadays. They want to get you hyped, um, and so it's like each and every time he does that narration, he says it might be Gordon's toughest challenge yet. But that's in like every single episode. And the thing is that it isn't because it gets worse and worse and worse. And like it might be or it will be Gordon's toughest thing, yeah. There is excuse me. There is a lot to unpack. And so we get done with like the intro stuff and then the people who run the restaurant tell everybody like what's wrong with it. Like this is like they're telling the viewer what's wrong. And basically it's just a lot of like footage that you're about to see kind of, and it's yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like the editors kind of got lazy, but the editors deserve their own little section in this video. Um, and so basically, what they're trying to do is they're, the owners are always in denial about their food. It's like, oh, our food is the best, and the chef thinks our food is the best, and they're just so in denial that it's so. And this happened, like, this is one of the reoccurring things that happen, is the fact that, like, they're so in denial about that stuff. So Gordon gets there, and he greets everybody, and he catches up with them about, like, okay, so, like, what's going on and all that type of stuff. So really, you get the same story three times before you can even get into the episode. You're getting the same story each and every time. um and it's just a clusterfuck, really. And then, so what they do is, he tastes the food afterwards, and of course it's all horrible and stuff. And then he confronts the staff, and then he wants to. Okay, so basically we get to around, like, the middle of the episode, and this is where he sort of starts to, um like, observe dinner service. Like, he wants to see how things go, and, like, what's wrong with it. He wants to see it firsthand. And so basically he tells everybody to just do what they would normally do, and so they go about their business like they normally would. And there's cussing in the show and all that type of shit. um and I swear, like, these customers he probably hires, because they're always saying something about the food that, like, a normal person, like, wouldn't really say, you know? Like, it's like they always have, like, a higher expertise, and it's just weird. Um and so while he's observing everything, he does his kitchen investigation where he finds all this shit. Like, I cannot tell you how many times there's been episodes where people have put raw food next to cooked food. It's disgusting. And of course that part is probably staged, because it happens in almost, like, every single episode. Um, and so he gets really upset, and rightfully so. And then he, then at the end of dinner service, he confronts them again about the shit. And then overnight, he he and his team will work on the restaurant. And this is something that happens a lot too. And then there's also the rare occasions where it doesn't happen, because, like, the restaurant already looks beautiful and stuff. And it's like, it's okay. His team and Gordon, like, they just work together, and they try to, like, make the restaurant feel sort of modern, or feel more like the restaurant that it's supposed to be. And some of these restaurants are just dumps. And so he gives them, like, sometimes it's just a subtle makeover, and then other times, like, it's a more noticeable makeover. But what I like about this is that it kind of turns into House Hunters in a way. And he surprises everybody. But mainly what I like about this is that a lot of the times, it feels like the restaurant is so small, and then when he does his makeover, it feels like it's big, like, it feels like it just gets big. And it's just because of the color, like the color makes it look like it's a bigger restaurant that can fit more people into it. um And then, so this is getting towards like the end of the episode. He redoes their menu. There's some times where he'll have a little competition between the staff members, and they'll choose like a dish that they'll put on to the onto the special list. And then they have another dinner service, and it's just like it's like really better. Like it's almost instantly better. They call it the relaunch. There's times where that doesn't really work though, because the business is so slow and they get backed up, and then they make it work though. And so, it's, and then at the end of the episode, they give a little bit of like a 3 months after Gordon left, type of thing. And most of the restaurants closed down, and then the other restaurants, they probably stay open, and they're still open. And but it's really rare for a restaurant to stay open after Gordon has been there. Um, and a lot of it is because of like them not being able to pay their bills still. Like they didn't have enough time, and so that's why it closed down. Which is much better than the fact that people will sometimes revert back to the old changes. Um, so, and that's pretty much how an average episode goes. And of course, it's a reality TV show. It wouldn't be a reality TV show unless it, didn't have it has to have cussing in it, because that's what reality is. Um, I think the big problem, the reason I wanted to talk about this show is because I've been literally binging it. Like, you can literally go on YouTube and you can find like all the episodes for free, and it's amazing. And you go and make a bingo card of this, because it's something that is just really cool. And I recommend that you go and watch it. It's not airing anymore on TV. It's completely free on YouTube. Go and watch it. But the reason why it was brought to my attention is because I just really think that this is something that um that I should I've been thinking about speaking about it for a couple of days now, and I didn't know on if I should or not, because normally I don't really talk about reality TV shows. And um I didn't want it to be too different, and I said that I was gonna switch up my content, but life gets in the way. That's a car. Yeah, that's a car. And well, I think that's a semi, actually. Anyways, so I just really want to talk about that. And tomorrow you'll see a video about wife swap. Um, and I'm going to be talking about wife swap because they have a new version now, and I haven't seen it yet, but like I've seen clips of it, and it's not as good. So, some OG fans are not it seems more realistic, but it's just, not that good compared to how it was before. Um, yeah, and I don't know really what else to say. I kind of have said everything. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, thank you, and I will see you guys tomorrow with the wife swap video. Goodbye.